A lot of students struggle with problem solution questions in IELTS Writing Task 2, making big mistakes that are easily avoidable if you know what to avoid and what to include. Today, we'll talk about each common pitfall, how to avoid them, how we can analyse the question and think of ideas. I'll give you a bulletproof structure you can use for every problem solution essay, and we'll write a full Band 9 essay together, talking each sentence through step by step. Let's take this question. Nowadays, more and more people are moving from rural areas to cities in search of better job opportunities. This leads to several problems in both urban and rural areas. What are the problems associated with this trend, and what are some possible solutions? We need to first identify the general topic, which is the broader issue. In this instance, it is rural to urban migration. We then need to dig deeper and pinpoint the specific focus within the general topic. So from this question, in search of better job opportunities, this tells us why people are moving, economic reasons, and problems in both urban and rural areas. This specifies where the impact is felt, so not just in cities, but also in the countryside. That means we should not only write about the problems in the cities, we should also ensure we mention the problems that this causes in rural areas. Finally, let's identify the instruction words. What are the problems and what are some possible solutions? So we're being asked to 1. Describe the problems of this trend in both cities and rural areas, and 2. Suggest solutions to these problems. We should not discuss causes or advantages or disadvantages, give our opinion unless specifically asked, or just list lots of problems and solutions without development. One of the most common mistakes students make is just listing lots of problems and solutions. This is a bad idea. One of the most important aspects of IELTS Writing Task 2 is showing how you can expand and develop your ideas. This means choosing 1 or 2 problems and 1 or 2 solutions and expanding upon them with explanations and examples. Another mistake would be to overcomplicate the topic. The examiner is not looking for complex, high-level ideas. They do not care if you have some profound, elaborate proposal to fix whatever problem has been stated. You should give the most simple, obvious ideas, the ones that everyone, if asked, could come up with. Why? Well, the examiner only cares about the quality of your writing. This is an English exam, not an ideas exam. Giving simple ideas will allow you to expand and develop your points properly, reducing the risk of making spelling and grammar mistakes. It will also reduce the mental load so you can just focus on ensuring your writing itself is great. There are no extra marks to be gained for elaborate ideas. There are also no extra marks to be gained for interesting ideas. Your essay does not need to be fun or entertaining. All you need are relevant ideas. They can be as boring as you can get. After we analyse the question, we should always ask ourselves, 1. Have I understood the general topic of the question? 2. Have I identified the specific focus of the question? 3. Have I pinpointed the question words? So, keeping our analysis in mind, let's think of some ideas for our essay. So, what are some obvious problems? Well, for cities, I imagine overcrowding could cause challenges such as housing shortages and strained public services. And for rural areas, depopulation could cause economic decline and closure of local services. So now, let's think of solutions to both of these problems. Well, firstly, businesses could be financially incentivized to expand in smaller towns. And in rural areas, infrastructure and digital access could be improved to make them more attractive. After generating our ideas, we should ask ourselves, 1. Have I generated relevant, specific ideas? And 2. Have I evaluated my ideas and determined that they can be used to make a reasonable argument that fully addresses all parts of the question? Now we have our ideas, we need to decide how we will structure our essay. I suggest that you use this structure for all problem solution essays. Paragraph 1, Introduction. Paragraph 2, Problems. Paragraph 3, Solutions. And paragraph 4, Conclusion. In our introduction, we need to firstly paraphrase our question and then write our outline sentence. In our problems paragraph, we need to state both problems, then we need to explain the first problem, explain the second problem, and finally give an example of the second problem. In our solutions paragraph, we should firstly firstly state both solutions, then we need to explain the solution to the first problem, explain the solution to the second problem, and finally give an example of a solution to the second problem. In our conclusion, we need to summarise the main points we made in the second and third paragraph. So for this question, this is our structure. After planning our structure, we need to ask ourselves, 1. Have I used the given structure to plan my essay before I start writing it? And 2. Do I know what I'm going to write about? Now we have planned our essay, we can start writing our introduction. So in our first sentence, we need to paraphrase the question. In recent times, increasing numbers of people have been leaving the countryside and relocating to urban areas in pursuit of improved employment prospects. So you can see I've changed nowadays to in recent times, more and more people to increasing numbers of people, moving to relocating, rural areas to the countryside, cities to urban areas, in search of to the pursuit of, and better job opportunities to improved employment prospects. So you can see I've paraphrased the question thoroughly. Now we need to write our outline sentence. We need to tell the examiner what we are going to talk about. This essay will suggest that the main issues caused by this trend are overcrowding in urban centres and the decline of rural communities, and will propose encouraging business relocation and improving rural infrastructure as viable solutions. So that's our introduction. After writing it, we should ask, 1. Have I paraphrased the question effectively? So that means, does it mean the same as the question statement? Is my vocabulary varied as much as possible? And is my grammar accurate? And 2, are my main ideas clearly indicated? Let's now write our first main body paragraph. Firstly, we write our topic sentence by stating both problems clearly. The most pressing issues resulting from this migration trend are the overcrowding of cities and the depopulation of rural areas. Here, we've summarised the two main problems that will be discussed, one urban, overcrowding, and one rural, depopulation. Now we'll explain the first problem. In many urban centres, the influx of people puts immense pressure on housing, transport and healthcare systems, often leading to unaffordable rent prices and long queues for public services. Here, we've explained how city overcrowding creates practical difficulties for residents. Examples, housing, transport and healthcare, make it more concrete. Now we explain the second problem. At the same time, rural towns suffer as young, skilled workers leave in large numbers, which results in reduced economic activity and the closure of essential services such as schools and local shops. So we've explained how migration harms the countryside. With fewer people, local economies decline and services disappear. Now we need to give a specific example of this. For instance, in parts of northern England, several small villages have seen their only post office or GP surgery shut down due to lack of demand. This is a realistic and detailed example showing the effect of rural depopulation in a specific region. When it comes to examples, realistic is the key word. The example doesn't actually have to be true or factual, it just needs to sound like it could be. Now let's write our solutions paragraph. Our first sentence is our topic sentence, stating both solutions clearly. Possible solutions to these problems include incentivising companies to set up in smaller towns and improving living standards in the countryside. We'll now explain the first solution. Governments could offer tax breaks or grants to businesses that open offices or factories in rural regions, thereby creating local jobs and reducing the pressure on cities. And then we'll explain the second solution. Additionally, investing in fast internet access, modern healthcare facilities, and efficient public transport would make rural life more appealing, especially to younger generations. And now we'll give an example of this. Estonia provides a successful example of this, having connected even its most remote villages with high-speed internet and digital public services, which has helped retain its rural population. After writing our main body paragraphs, we should ask, 1. Do my topic sentences match the ideas outlined in my introduction? 2. Do my topic sentences clearly indicate what the paragraph will discuss? 3. Do my explanations clearly explain my reasoning? And 4. Do my examples make sense and provide evidence to support my point? Now, all we need to write is our conclusion. Our conclusion should only consist of a summary of the main points and should not contain any new information or ideas. In conclusion, the growing shift from rural regions to urban centres has resulted in significant challenges, including strained city infrastructure and declining rural communities. However, these issues can be addressed by promoting economic development outside major cities and enhancing the quality of life in less populated areas through targeted investment and policy support. After writing our conclusion, we should ask ourselves, 1. Have I used a cohesive device which is accurate and appropriate, like in conclusion? And 2. Are my main arguments and reasoning clear and well summarised? Now we need to check our essay by asking these questions. Have I demonstrated that I fully understood the question? Are my ideas relevant and specific? Did I structure my answer appropriately? Have I written 4 clear paragraphs? Have I paraphrased effectively? Was my grammar accurate and appropriate? Have I included a wide range of vocabulary? And was my vocabulary accurate? So that's our essay. If you need more guidance, you can book a lesson with me. Make sure you subscribe for more useful IELTS content and check out my other videos.